Hi, so today we're discussing how to acquire how to acquire rare items, how to acquire forbidden items. As I say, what is a forbidden item? Well, forbidden item is anything irregular. It's basically something that they wouldn't give to the common person. It's like basically a legendary item, you could say. So today we're speaking about how to acquire forbidden items or just rare items. Not necessarily forbidden, but I just mean extraordinarily unique. I'm talking about the how to always be satisfied with your purchase. Whatever your purchase is, you're going to be satisfied because you're going to go in, you're going to come out with something forbidden, straight, irregularly unique. And it's all determined on the path you take. Whatever path you take is going to determine what type of purchase you get, what type of items you get. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you're never going to be disappointed with a purchase. This is how you're always going to be managing to make these plays where you go in and come out with the best thing possible, a forbidden item throughout time. Throughout time, there's always been forbidden symbols and things like that we've seen. And, it's like, what I mean by that is like, think of the Pythagorean theorem and think of the Fibonacci sequence. There's patterns that you can recognize anywhere and patterns that you see anywhere, like within flowers and stuff. And they all have a geometrical like pattern that is recognizable. Yes. So even behind that, there's like in ancient buildings, there's writings on walls and stuff. So basically, a forbidden object is gonna have some sort of unique. It's gonna have some symbols on it. It's gonna have something interesting on it. And shout out to official SALH in the chat. But like it's gonna have some writing on it. It's gonna look peculiar. You're gonna know what a forbidden object is when you see it. You're gonna be like, dang, it's definitely not ordinary stuff. You're not gonna get extraordinary stuff by taking the ordinary path in life. And what I mean by this is like if you go into a grocery store, and like you just walk around and buy the first thing you happen to see, odds are that's just like probably a cheap product that they're not. And it's just like the better product is a little bit, you have to look around a little bit more and you'll find the better product and stuff like that. It's not always a straightforward path to the best object. It's gonna be like go into the store, take a left, take a right, follow an aisle, go down an aisle, go to the left, and then it's gonna be at the bottom at the shelf, and that's where the best product is. It's not necessarily gonna be right when you walk in, right in front of your face. So basically, if you follow like think of the Fibonacci sequence. Think of the Fibonacci sequence. That's think about an apple tree, right? So like, if you want a fruit from an apple tree, it's not gonna be on an apple tree. There's a million branches. There's a million leaves. There's a million leaves. There's a million branches on an apple tree. It's not always so you need to, if you're trying to get a fruit, if you're trying to get an apple from an apple tree, which I would consider a forbidden object because it's an apple, it could provide nourishment. You're gonna need to follow the Pythagorean theorem, you need to follow like a spiral up the tree, up the branch, up the, down to spiral to get to the fruit. And that's how life is. Life is like that. You gotta go follow a spiral just to get to the fruit. Real stuff. You gotta follow a spiral just to get to the fruit. if you go into a grocery store, don't buy the first thing that pops up right on clearance, right in front of your face. That's like, there's a reason that they're trying to get people to do that, you know? There's a reason that they put stuff, there's a reason. And then they make the good stuff is always like in the back, like, and it's the same thing with all this stuff. They'll always put mids out in the front for just a regular person, whoever's just casually, oh, la-di-da-di-da, I'm just gonna do whatever, I can't. But like, if you're really out there to get the best, if you really want the best of something, go around what's in the front. And then, like, I'm telling you, they always keep the regular stuff and this just apply this to anything, you know? Like, think about it. Yeah, like, if it's just a tree, you think a tree has like leaves and you could climb on it, but like, if you go climb a tree, go around it, you know, you find the apple up on the tree, spiral stuff, you know what I'm saying? Fibonacci stuff. It's not always a straightforward path up, you know, you got to follow a spiral. Whenever you walk in the grocery store, follow it, take a little spiral, and I'm guaranteed you'll find a crazy item. You'll be like, dang, because they're trying to just put all the basic stuff up in the front for people to see. But we don't want we're talking about getting a forbidden item. And what I mean by that is just an extraordinary, peculiar, like a legendary, you know, a rare item. That's what I'm saying. What I mean when I mean forbidden item, forbidden symbol. If you want a forbidden symbol, it's the same thing, and you need to have mindsets that follow these. Mindsets that follow these, that follow your actions and stuff. So if you're trying to find stuff for, like, I use this all the time, but like, yeah, you know, like, you're not gonna get rich with a broke person mindset, you know, type thing like that. So just, it's like, this is the most spiritual thing I'll probably talk about. Like, most of my stuff is more like straight factual. Like, this is the most out there type of like topic I'll have on this channel, but like, usually it's like more straightforward, but this is kind of up for interpretation. Like, if you just go out there and like, don't just go for the straight first thing you see. Sometimes that is the right choice, is just to go for the first option. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of times they're just trying to get the best out of people. So they'll just like put the most lame thing up front. And you need to have unique mindsets. You need to have a unique mindset going into things to get the best out. If you really want a forbidden win, a forbidden item, you need to have a unique mindset. You need to have, like, because if you're doing things ordinary, that's not going to get you extraordinary. That's not going to get you extraordinary. But I'll just give you an example of a forbidden item. Let's say, like, you give your homie $20 for like a cart or like something, and then he's like, which one do you want? Be like, bro, like, or if you're going in there for it, out of all of the options, if you're a noob and you don't know what to pick, and you have a lot of options, just pick something in the Fibonacci pattern, and that's probably gonna be a fruit. Think of it like a tree, and the trees, they grow in Fibonacci sequences too. So if you want to get the fruit among the leaves and stems, if you want to reap a fruit or whatever it is, you gotta follow the Fibonacci sequence in some way. It just, like, whatever you do, just like trick yourself into thinking that that's like, justify that that's the Fibonacci sequence that you're following, and it's more likely to be a fruit up on that tree. But if you're tuning in, make sure to drop a like. We're just doing a shorter stream on this Wednesday. I hope everyone's having a beautiful Wednesday. Zaza. So if I'm trying to get the best Zaza in the disc, I'm not going up and I'm not buying the first thing that they're trying to give me, bro. I'm looking around and I'm following the patterns, and I'm walking around the store and I'm looking under things and I'm doing things in peculiar ways, and I'm looking at different angles, and like that's not necessarily, but like that's guaranteed how you're gonna pull how I'm talking about forbidden items, forbidden symbols. Yo, welcome back, Maria. Glad to see you back. Real shit. We're talking forbidden items, forbidden symbols. I'm talking about how you can go and pull the best supplies, the best clothes. You know, you're gonna go do some shopping. You want to get the best clothes. Don't just walk into the mall and buy the first thing that go into the store, go into the back, go down a shelf, open up a drawer or whatever, you know, and then that's gonna be the item right there. Do a little digging around in go in a spiral, like a Fibonacci spiral, real stuff. Always out here trying to provide the views and stuff. Always trying to provide some views and stuff. But you know, it's tax season, guys. So, like, it's tax season. Like, there's gonna be food trying to sell you lame stuff, trying to like get your money. Like, but there's so many people that there's like, for the competition's easier and easier the more people there are. You know, you're like, that's all I gotta say is just like, there's so many people. It's always evolving. There's an unimaginable amount of people, so that we're just not even taking into account. Like today, bro, I don't even 5 viewers. That's crazy, bro. So that's what I'm saying. We're multiplying as a species, literally more and more people each day and stuff. That's people, you got to take that into account. Like, the quality of stuff is going down. But yeah, we're just having a shorter stream, talking about getting rare items. So yeah, that's how I'm saying, if you want some really high quality items, whatever items it is, if you want to hit a crazy win, you just got to start working, stop going through the straightforward path. You got to geek a little bit. You got to be a little bit of a geeker. You know, you need to be up at 6 a.m. You know, before anyone else, doing some geeky stuff. You can't live a regular life or you're gonna get regular stuff. And the way things are looking, there's more and more people, and the quality of the regular stuff is going down. So you need to work a little. You gotta do your digging around. You gotta start working if you're trying to get some stuff that's at the top above regular. Shout out to everyone in the chat. But yo, I'm gonna be heading out here soon. I'll only be streaming for a short amount of time, but I appreciate y'all. Make sure to leave a like and like follow Fibonacci sequences throughout your life. Don't just go through the straightforward shit. Follow patterns that resemble Fibonacci in some way, and you finna go crazy. And yeah, I do listen to Underground, bro. Shout out to you in the chat. Hell yeah. Actually, I gotta finish this before I really hop off. Well, all I'm trying to say is you gotta have a little bit of a crazy mindset if you're trying to get some crazy things back. If you're trying to have an ordinary life, you can live ordinary, but you gotta stick to it. No matter which way, you gotta stick to it. Try sticking to something you say and see what happens. Just know you could easily set yourself up for some like goals that are unattainable. So just always be Always be flowing with what's going on. Always be flowing with what's going on. Because there's more and more people. As there's more people, there's going to be more right now, especially people are coming at you for scams. So just be watching out. Don't, hold your money now, and it's going to be worth way more in the future. And I always give this advice: whenever people are up, you got to hold it, because it's not cool. It's not cool to flex whenever you get your tax return. It's not cool to really flex when you get your tax return. But like, if you save that money for like a few months, when after everyone spent their money, bro, they're gonna be like, damn, you're balling, you're rich. And like, if you just got some new clothes, think about back to school, bro. Think about back to school. If you're going back to school and you're on it and it's after winter break and you're wearing your nice ass fit, bro, everyone's got their nice fit on. That's not gonna surprise anybody. Like, but if you wait a few weeks and it's like a few months after December and then you show up in your nice fit, that shit's everyone's gonna take notes. That they're gonna be like, damn, who's this guy stunting around in this crazy fit? Because you were wearing the basic clothes when everyone else was wearing the crazy clothes. But it didn't even matter about that in the first place. And then after a few months, you started busting out them J's that was collecting dust. And you got to do this with your money too. But I'm gonna quit talking. I mean, like, there's always gonna be foods trying to come at you, but that's literally just gonna be motivation and shit like that. Shout out to the homies in the stream. I'm out, packful, logging out.